So we're gonna start our NCAP inspection on the Class B truck. So the first thing we're gonna do a safe start. Okay, a safe start. What we're gonna do to do a safe start, we're gonna put the key on, and we're gonna turn the key to the on position. Alright, you're gonna see the ABS light come on and come off. After you get me to do it one more time, I'm gonna turn my key to on position. After you turn your key to on position, you're gonna see your ABS light come on and come off. After the ABS light come on and come off, if I was driving a stick shift, I'm gonna clutch, make sure that my truck is on neutral. But because I'm on a automatic, I'm gonna make sure that it's on neutral by pressing the buttons, and I can see that in my dash. And also I'm gonna put my foot on the service brake, and I'm gonna also make sure that my parking brake is engaged. All right, and after I do that, now I am safe to start my truck. I'm going and crank the truck. All right, so now after I start my truck, now I'm going to perform what they call a GLAB. Okay, so GLAB, G stands for governor. It's when you rebuild your air pressure, you hear the pressure release. That's the governor that cut off. That's letting you know that the truck is full of air. And the L stands for leaks, and the A stands for alarm. That's what we're hearing right now. And the B stands for the button. All right, so now we're gonna perform the G. We're gonna rebuild the air pressure between 120 and 140 psi until we hear our governor cut up. All right, I'm going and do it to rebuild my air pressure. As you can see, both of my gauges are rising. While we're doing so, we gotta keep the RPM between 10 to 15, just for mechanic purposes. Alright, we're building the air pressure. And remember, you gotta be between 120 and 140 psi, or until we hear our governor cut out.
Which one are we looking at? Or are they both the same?
Both of them, because both of them do the same thing. Alright, I just hear my governor cut off. That means my tank is full of air. Now, we do the G, now we're gonna do the LAB. First thing, I'm gonna turn my key off and turn my key back to the on position. So now, the reason I turn my key off is because I'm gonna test for leaks. If I'm testing for leaks, I cannot have my truck warning. Because if I have my truck warning, what I do, the air compressor is constantly building air. I'm not gonna see if I got a leak or not. That's why I turn it off and turn it back to the on position, but not cranking the truck. I just put the switch on. After I do so, I'm gonna put my foot in the service brake. See, put my foot lightly on the service brake. After I put my foot lightly on the service brake, I'm gonna release my parking brake. Push in my parking brake. I'm gonna let the tester know I'm gonna put a 1 minute timer after my gauge are stable. When you release that, you're gonna see your gauges moving a little bit. So when they're stable, they're not moving no more. I'm gonna grab my stopwatch. I'm gonna put a 1 minute timer. I should not lose no more than 4 psi in that 1 minute. This shit sometime. Alright, I just put it like this. Alright, should not lose no more than 4 psi in that 1 minute. We start at 30 seconds, and our gauge are slightly at 120 psi. Okay, that's where they are stable at. So if you want to understand how much this right here is 0, 25, 50, 75, 100. See? Alright, it's been 30 seconds. I do not hear no leak. Okay. Because we're testing on 1 minute, you gotta wait for the entire 1 minute pass. We should not lose no more than 3 psi in between that 1 minute. All right, it's been 1 minute. Mr. Tester, we did not lose more than 3 psi in that 1 minute. That means we don't have no leaks. Okay, so we done for the leak. Now we're going for the alarm. Okay, so to make the alarm showing, we're gonna fan on the brake, make my truck lose pressure until my gauge reach 55 or before 55 psi. I should hear my alarm and I should see the light appear on the dash to let me know that I'm low on air pressure. All right, open on a brake. As you can see, I got both of my light appear on my dash, and you can hear the alarm. That means my low air pressure warning signal alarm, it's working properly. All right, so now we're gonna do the buttons. I'm gonna continue to fan on my brake until my gauge reach 45 to 20. My parking brake should pop out by himself. All right, now go ahead, have your camera on the parking brake, it should come out by himself. All right, as you can see, my parking brake just pop out. That's let me know my emergency brake is working properly. All right, so this part right here, the GLAB, you got to do it the same way I do it. You cannot miss nothing. That's pass or fail. The reason why the GLAB is pass or fail, because you drive in a truck that's air brakes. So if you cannot understand, if you don't have air, you're not gonna have brake. And also you cannot understand if you reach 45 or before 35, your air pressure warning signal alarm appears. When that appears, it tells you to stop the truck, because if you fail to stop the truck when the low air pressure come and give you those two, you see when the button pop out, that means the truck is locked up. The spring brake are engaged. That's why I said the emergency brake it's working. So what happens is, if while you're driving you don't know nothing about the low air pressure warning signal alarm, it appears, it tell you, okay, so I have a major leak. While you're driving at 60 miles per hour, right? And then the low air pressure warning signal alarm come. You don't know what that means. You then stop. What's gonna happen next is your button is gonna pop out. Immediately the button pop out, or your brake is locked up. It's just like you was driving and really fast and you step on the brake. So you're gonna have a really fatal accident. All right, so that's the reason why they want you to understand the part right here, the GLAB. It's between pass or fail. If you got question on these, always ask question, but this part where you got to know it really well to pass the test. Okay, so after we finish the GLAB, now we're gonna start back the truck to perform the rest of the in-cab inspection. Do the same thing, turn my key to the on position, put my foot on the brake, make sure my truck is on neutral, make sure the brake is set, and crank back the truck. So now, instead of rebuild the air pressure, I'm gonna let the truck to rebuild the air pressure by himself. So while I'm talking about the other stuff in the end cap, I'm gonna start with the safety equipment. All right. For my safety equipment, I got my seatbelt. All right. So my seatbelt should be properly mounted and secure from top to bottom. It should not be ripped, torn, frayed, or cut. You should be able to lodge and unlodge properly. You can keep it on if you want to. While you're inside of the facility, you don't really have to have the seatbelt on, but if you touch the road without the seatbelt on, it's automatic fail. All right. And also I should have a spare fuse for each fuse type inside of the truck. All right. My ABC weighted fire extinguisher should be properly mounted and secure with the clamps. It should be properly charged with my needles on the green, and my safety pins, and it should be present inside of the box right here. We got a 3-red reflective triangle. They should be properly mounted and secure. They should not be cracked, chipped, or broken. They should be able to stand on their own in case we're gonna perform an emergency road stop. All right. Move on from this. Now we're gonna start from the left to the right. I'm gonna do my highway on. I'm gonna also do my city on. Both of them work properly. Now I'm gonna be talking about my breakables. Breakables are everything that have to do with glass that can work inside of the truck. I'm gonna do my mirrors, my side windows, and also my front windshield. All of them should be properly mounted and secure. They should not be cracked, they should not be cheap, they should not be broken. My mirrors should be adjusted to me as the person that's driving the truck or as the driver. My side windows should be able to go up and down. Alright? And I should have no illegal stickers anywhere to block my view. Move on from this. Now I'm be talking about my windshield wiper. So my windshield wiper I have two parts. I got my wiper arm, that's the metal part, and a wiper blade, that's the rubber part. Okay? So my wiper arm should be properly mounted and secure. It should not be cracked or broken. Now I'm going for the rubber part, that's the wiper blade. It should also be properly mounted and secure. Not weight torn, weight cut or dry wadded. It should be pressing firmly against my windshield. It should also work and spray. When you make them spray, you gotta press that little button right here inside. As you can see, they work, they're not spray because we're probably low on fluid. Alright, move on from this. We're gonna be talking about the indicators. I'm gonna do my left turn signal indicator work on my dash, as you can see over here. My right turn signal indicator also work on my dash. I'm gonna do my four-way flasher work on my dash, Mr. Tester. I'm gonna do my I-beam indicator work on my dash. Turn my light off. Now I'll be talking about my gauges. Alright. First gauge we're gonna be talking about is my oil pressure gauge. It should be between 30 to 60 psi with no warning light or alarm on my dash. Alright, my water temperature gauge should be between 180 or 190 degrees Fahrenheit with no warning light or alarm appear on my dash. Now my voltmeter should be between 12 to 14. Now I'm on 14.2. That let me know the alternator is properly charging my battery. Alright, move on. We talk about my DEF tank. My DEF tank should be no less than 1/8 of tank. Alright, and those, my primary and my secondary air gauges, the both should be rising to the normal operating level between 120 and 140 psi or until we hear our governor cut off, like just like we hear when we was doing the GLAB. Alright, move on from there. We're gonna be talking about the heater and the defrost. We turn that all the way to 4, all the way to that little man sit down. And the windshield side, turn that all the way to the heat. Put my hand over here, should be able to feel it. I feel it. I said my defrost work. Put my hand down there. I should also be able to feel it. I feel it. I said my heater, it's working properly. Alright. Then from this, turn it off. Mr. Tester. Now I'm gonna perform my brake test. Alright. Brake test, we got 2 brake we're gonna test. This is my parking. It's my parking and also my service brake. Alright, I'm gonna put my foot on the brake to test my parking brake. I'm gonna put my truck on drive and I'm going to give a little tug on my gas. My truck should not be moving forward. If my truck moves forward, that means the parking brake is not working. Alright, give a little tug. As you can feel it, the truck ain't going nowhere. That means my parking brake is working. Now I'm gonna test my service brake. I'm gonna put my foot on the service brake and I'm gonna release my parking brake. So with my truck on drive, I'm gonna let the tester know I'm gonna drive from 3 to 5 miles per hour. When I make a complete stop, my steering wheel should not pull to the left or to the right. Alright, I will demonstrate what I'm saying. Go ahead. Let's get to a complete stop. As you can see, my steering did not pull to the left or to the right. That means my service brake is working and well adjusted. No need no adjustment. Alright, and after that, pull up my brake, put my truck back in neutral. Take my time to see if I don't miss nothing. Because if you do miss something, let's say you miss something on the GLAB, you think you missed something. Now it's your time to say, you know what, Mr. Tester, I'm going to redo my GLAB again. Okay, because if you redo it, well, whatever you had wrong, you correct it, you're good. But if you just turn it off, say that I have now complete my in-cab inspection just like I did right now, whatever you have wrong, stay wrong. You fail your test. All right. Any question?
No questions.
All right. I take question later if they come too. All right. So this is the first part. You can close this one right here.